Hello, I'm EnterElysium and we're back in Europa Universalis 4, Paradox Grand Strategy Game. For those of you who haven't seen the few episodes I put up already, basically a big grand strategy game you play in about the 15th century through to the very early 19th century. Lots of fun if you like your sort of your grand strategy games. If not, probably not your cup of tea, but it's still an amazing game in my opinion. Right. Now, for those of you who have seen the last few episodes, you realise it probably didn't go that well for us. Sometimes when it rains it pours, and sometimes when it pours you get struck by lightning, and sometimes that lightning sets you on fire. So that's kind of what happened to us. So hopefully we'll do better this time. Now what we're going to do is we're going to play exactly the same again, right? We're going to pick England. But this time I've got some slightly better tactics for winning the 100 Years' War that kind of killed us. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be relying on some friends, some new tactics, and the ability to scorch earth. That isn't as important really, because we can only do that once, but... Right, so, first of all, you need Richard Neville. Right, and this button here, this is a scorched earth button. So, let me just say, for those of you who haven't noticed, and I haven't mentioned it before, you have attrition, right? So if you have troops sieging a castle, you will take 1% attrition. If you have, say, 50 troops in any province here, later in the game the cap is raised, but say if you had 50 troops in Anjou or Maine, they'd be taking attrition from the fact that there's so many troops they can't scavenge enough food for the army. Basically because the troops are trying to live off the land. There aren't things like supply trains, they're just trying to scavenge as they go. So what we're going to do is we're going to scorch earth, which costs us 25 military points. It also makes it kind of sucky for us in terms of getting money from them, because it takes a -75 tax hit, because, well, we burnt everything. But it does mean that anyone who tries to siege us will be taking massive attrition, because it adds plus 10% to the attrition. 10% attrition. That's crazy good for us. Because as soon as they start sieging that, they're going to be losing troops. Right, we need to still get our permission from Brittany. And then we're going to move them into Brittany. You need to have a leader. You need Richard Plagent. You need to go into Armagnac and kill them. Castile, hello. Now, we're also going to try and get Castile on side. So that's a royal marriage. Now, for those of you who don't know, royal marriage reduces your legitimacy temporarily. So -2 you can see there. Because basically you're marrying into another dynasty, and people might be like, oh, maybe they're not so legitimate because they're trying to prop themselves up with another monarchy or whatever. Or maybe they're not being patriotic enough because they're getting close to another monarchy, whatever. It reduces your legitimacy ever so slightly temporarily, but gives you legitimacy over time, so 0.1. But also, really important, especially as England, when you've got the War of the Roses coming up because you've got no heir, increased chance of new heir, plus 5%. We want royal marriages. We want as much chance of new heir as possible. Then, here we go. That's perfect, actually. Normally, at this stage as England, you probably wouldn't want advisors because you're losing money, right? And advisors cost money. As any other big power, you want advisors straight away. As a small power, do them as you can afford them, right? However, we are going to take either the morale or the discipline guy, if he's available, at level 1. Morale is only available at level 2, so we're definitely going for the discipline, because we can only afford level 1. As you can see, 1, 4, 9 per month. It goes up exponentially. It's just crazy expensive. So if you have at level 1 a morale or discipline guy, that's great, because morale increases sort of the health of your army, sort of the hit points. Once the morale gets to 0, your army breaks and leaves the battle. Discipline increases basically their attack power. So we're going to get the discipline guy, because he's actually better than the morale guy in my opinion. Because against, similar forces where you've got similar morale, having the ability to just ship out more damage is great. So we're going to be getting the discipline guy, even though it will cost us money. Then we've just got to tell our troops to move to Wessex, because it's slightly more accessible. We don't want the Berks, we want Carax to go to Côte d'Argent, and we want the Cogs to go to Côte d'Argent. And then hopefully we'll be able to ally Castile after that royal marriage goes through. Right, there we go. We can get access to Brittany, so let's leave. You can see now I've got plus 25. Now you might wonder, why did we go with that rather than the alliance straight away? Because the alliance is what we're really going for. It's because they won't ally you if they've got a 0 or negative opinion of you. You get they get a -1,000 penalty to wanting the alliance. Right now they actually want the alliance, despite the fact we're at war, which is nice. because they're friendly, plus 50. Got nice army strength, royal marriage. Giving them all the reasons, basically. Now, we just need to win this fight, and then we need to hope that they don't rival us, because they will rival us if we don't get there first. We're going to try and get our alliance in before they can rival us. Right, let's select the troops in Armagnac, move them over to Lambourg. We need to be quick about this, otherwise we will get caught by the troops coming down. And let's also build ourselves some cogs, which are the transport ships. I think 4 of them, that way we can get 18 and then transport 18 immediately. Now the tactic we're going to be using here is more sort of a slowly, catchy monkey, hit and run type thing. Oh crap, I think I just selected mercenaries. I keep doing that because they look very similar. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chevauchée. 1, 2. Actually, let's not have the chevauchés because I think they cost us. Do they cost us more? Yeah, they cost us over twice as much. Cost us 2.5 times what the medieval infantry do, and we can't really afford that, so let's ignore the horses for now. In fact, let's build a couple more infantry instead of the horses. Horses are great. Cavalry is really useful, but... Right, as soon as we can, I think it's the 12th of December, we will be sending them a lovely alliance offer, and we're going to hope they accept. We also need to get these guys out of Lambourg quickly. As soon as our fleet is here, we'll be sending them out. Right, so 8th, 9th, now this is danger territory, 10th, 11th, 12th. Offer alliance! Send! Because they will rival you if you're not quick enough on that. Yes! We've got Castilian and military alliance, right. Now if you check here, call to arms, they won't accept because the war started more than 60 days ago. It's a -1,000 penalty. Let's just get these guys out. What we are going to do, however, we're going to start another war. So let's get a claim on... You can start another war anywhere, really. I mean, I'm going to probably start one on Scotland, just because they're guaranteed by France and we are at war with France. Now, the one thing that's really annoying is that you can't vassalize Scotland without taking a province first, because the vassalization amount is, I think, 110 off the bat, which, of course, is not particularly beneficial to us. Although there is an argument for... Actually, let's just do Ireland. So any one Irish province that doesn't like us. Leinster, there we go. We will make a claim for you. So we want to go to Covert, Fabricate Claim, Leinster. And what we're going to do is we're going to use them as an excuse to draw Portugal, our ally, and Castile, our new ally, into the war. Because when you call to arms, it calls them into both wars at once. I don't know whether it's like a bug. I think it's maybe some sort of bug, but I'm not certain. But it's the only way to win this, really, is to get the advantage from them. Now, you will be aboard on the 23rd. Oh, we're going to get caught. We're going to get caught. Right, we're losing the army. It's not the end of the world. It's pretty damn bad, but it's not the end of the world. When can they run? 2nd of January. I think they're going to be broken before then. 31st. 1st. 2nd. Run. Oh, they're running to... Well, they're dead. Alliance offer from Venice. Sure, I will take an alliance offer from Venice. Because it means we can get Venice into the war as well. I don't mind that. And there we go. There we go. They're going to get crushed and disappear. So we have lost this initial army. Now, it is basically 50-50 whether you can get them out of there in time. As you saw, we missed by 1 day. We will take another royal marriage because we want the chance of an heir. They're doing fairly well, despite the fact that they've got no morale. And they're going to Armagnac, which is just stupid. I think that means they're going to be utterly crushed when the next army gets there because they have no morale. And I think they're going to get there before the... Yeah, they're going to get there before the end of the month. So, bam. There we go. And they're gone. Which is incredibly disappointing. So, we need to set up a 14... See, they're actually avoiding Normandy now because it's been... There we go, scorched earth. We pillaged it. There's also a mild winter going on. It'd be nicer if it was a stronger winter because then they take more penalties, but... What we need to do now is to get our troops into the maximum possible stack so that can fit in one of these. So 14. We've got 9 here, which is 3 cavalry, 6 of them. So we need to split off 5 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Select this unit. Move it to one more. Don't keep it on the ships. They take attrition 1 on ships now. And I think they also have a low morale. Not certain about that. Anyway. None of those missions are particularly useful to us. Close that. Let's have a look at the courier. Who is in charge? Hungary is the courier controller. Interesting. Oh, we have 2. Oh, they've only got it by 1, right? They've only got 1 cardinal in there, which means that anyone to get a second cardinal in wins. Admittedly, we don't have a cardinal at the moment, but we do have 2 who are pretty young. Oh, okay, they're also the oldest because everyone's pretty young. Well, we've got 2 who we own, so that's in a good position for us generally. Now, as soon as we've done fabricating this claim, we'll be able to join. We'll get these guys into the war. These guys will fight really stupidly because they do. They're keeping the 20 stack there, but they've stopped sieging these provinces. They've got a 10 stack there, which means we can't jump on them. Which isn't ideal. Let's move you across to Mobinhan? I don't know what that is. And you need our very best general. So you've got Richard Neville. You want to actually have Richard Plagent. And then let's split off 1 so that you can fit inside. Let's split off that. Select this unit and move you into a more. And ideally we want to bait them up here because we're going to have loads of armies sitting around in a more. And we're going to bait them to come here. And then we're going to jump on them down here and try and take out small chunks. And that's how we're going to win, right? We're going to win by boing, nom 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 nom, run away. Nom 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 nom, run away. And we're going to do that repeatedly. We're going to basically try and get as many wins as possible against small armies to try and bait them into... Ooh, they're coming for us. That's not good. There seems to be some sort of weird patrolling, which is interesting. Maybe we can bait them. What if we can bait them? We'll try baiting them. So right, if we move into Normandy, they'll want to come to Normandy to kill us. We could probably maybe get to Co, and if we can get to Co in a month's time, we'll have, that'll be too long, way too long. Right, so come to us, come to us. We're going to move into this ship when the ship gets to here. Portugal have declared war on Morocco. It's fine, just don't call us into it. We don't want to have anything to do with your silly wars. And there you go, you can see... Oh, no, bringing the 14 down. There's no point in us going down there. The 14 would get there in time. See, I was hoping that we could bait them up here. Ah, yeah, we baited them into this scorched earth territory. You can see they're taking 9% attrition now. Ooh. Okay, who have you managed to pull? You've managed to pull this guy. Gloucester. He's back with us now. So they've got 18 troops there, taking 9% attrition. That means that they will lose almost 2 regiments every month. Which is good! That is just so good for us. That's without a fight, we're managing to kill off 2 regiments every month. Now, we can't scorch earth everywhere, of course, because we don't have the military power for it. Which is a real shame. Because that would be really useful. Really useful being a very large understatement. Once this is complete, which is at 43.2, 43.5, 43.8, we will be able to declare war on Leinster. We will immediately just take him out. We'll take him out straight away. And then we'll have called our guys into the war, and they'll be able to attack France. Just hopefully we won't lose a province before then. We probably will. It's kind of hard to be able to do this without losing a single province, but... Oh, Lithuania have pulled our... Yeah, Lithuania have pulled Rook. They're putting more troops into Normandy. I haven't actually seen them do this before. They've actually tended to stay away when I've scorched this province. I don't know whether they actually recognise it. It's 10% attrition they're taking now. So they're losing more than 2 regiments now. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy levels of attrition. Actually, let's just take these guys and dump them in Gwynedd. And we'll get them to just go over to Meath, and then we'll get ready to attack Leinster. I'm perfectly happy for them to keep sieging like this if they're going to sit 10% attrition here. They are getting reinforced. If we pick up the ledger, right, this is really important. This is possibly one of the most useful things in the game that a lot of people probably won't recognise. Is down here there is a button for ledger, shortcut L. Military. Let's go find France. France. Manpower, 16,000. So they've actually got 7,000 less manpower than us. Manpower is what you reinforce and you recruit from. They have 24,000 units. Now, this is just France, right? They do have several vassals. As you can see, they've got vassal unit here. That's a vassal unit. That's Provence. That's a vassal unit. And that's entirely France. So France, by themselves, have 25,000. We do outnumber that by a fair way. I think we outnumber that by about 1.5 to 1. But they do have, as you can see, 10 from Provence, 6 from Foix, Avignon, and Armagnac, 6 from Lorraine. So they outnumber us with their vassals and their... I think Provence is an ally, not a vassal. So we do have the issue that we're still outnumbered. However, they are taking crazy attrition here. They will be trying to reinforce that from their manpower reserve, but they won't be able to reinforce it fast enough. And it also means, basically, the way we're going to win right now is we're going to deplete their manpower. We aren't going to just beat them and then stop them from recruiting. We're going to let them get low enough on manpower that they will take massive war exhaustion, so they'll be fighting crap. We'll be making them have massive, like... They'll really want to just peace out because they've got massive war exhaustion. It makes them fight crap. It makes them want to give in to really poor demands, really. Like, they could have high war score and they'd still want to just give in for... Be like, yeah, okay, I know we won, but, you know, just give a little bit of money and we'll call it quits. Because they're just... The population is just so fed up with the war. Because it also increases revolt risk. So that's why we don't want to have that happen to us. That would be bad. We have got free diplomats, so I'm tempted to get a royal marriage. We could go for a royal marriage with Austria, actually. Oh, I wonder if we can get them to ally. Yeah, we can get them to ally. They haven't rivaled us yet. They might still rival us. There is a chance. We've got too many diplomatic relations, but you know what? I don't care. If we can win this fight, we can win this fight. You can have... Richard Neville. Actually, no, you need to have the shitty one. And he's not crap. He's not a shitty one. Oh, and they've offered us an alliance. Excellent, thank you. Right, who of you doesn't have a leader? You don't have a leader. Richard Neville. Right. Is it hold control? Is it hold shift? Maybe it's hold alt. No. Okay. Maybe that only works in Crusader Kings, but in Crusader Kings, if you can bounding box select and you can make it so that you only select ships, maybe it doesn't work in EU4, which is kind of annoying. You can see this attrition is still killing them. They're under 9% attrition now, but it's really good for us, right? That's great. Absolutely stunning levels of attrition there. This guy's really annoying me. We can't take him out because he's too big. Now, what the idea is, if they haven't had, you know, such large stacks, if they had their Doom stack, which is basically where they get all their guys and dump them in, say, Maine, which you saw happening on our last series as such, is that they did have like 40 just sitting in Maine. What you do is you bait them to the north coast, then you attack the south coast and kill off these guys by doing basically an amphibious landing, dump your troops, they get out, kill them, get the troops back in, take the troops away. And you keep doing that, and because you're winning several small battles, You get bonuses to war score. They start losing war exhaustion because they're losing battles. 50% chance of new air. Excellent. That's the start of the War of the Roses going on right there. It doesn't necessarily trigger it. It just means it's a lot more likely to happen. So we need to get every single royal marriage we can. Unfortunately, can't get one from Venice, actually, because they're a noble republic. Now, you can't really fight War of the Roses and France at the same time. If you're really lucky, yes. If you're really, really unlucky, like we were in the last series, no, you can't. You cannot. Just no, not a single chance. Now, what we're going to hope is these guys continue to take crazy war exhaustion penalties. Let's bring up the ledger. France. You can see right now they're now down to 11,000 manpower. And if we bring this up, they're still on high, actually. The war exhaustion is now... There we go, look at that. That's really good for us. They're taking massive penalties to army morale. Over 10% loss on that. The recruitment time is skyrocketing. The defense on forts is down. They've got a revolt risk increase. I wonder if we can... Covert support rebels. There's no rebel support. Okay. Still no good missions. Too many diplomatic relations. We're going to try and see if we can get Leinster in... I think it's a couple of months' time. How long? It doesn't say when it'll be done, but it won't be that long. We can't do an amphibious landing anywhere because we'll get crushed by 10 there, we'll jump in, and then that 7 will jump in, and then that 6 will jump in. And if we amphibious landing here, this 18 will come across, so no amphibious landings for us. You could say, why don't you go and just bundle 28 onto that 18, but then they'll jump the 4 and they'll jump the 5, and that'll probably hold it long enough for reinforcements. Even if it doesn't, we'll have taken equal losses, and we can't afford to take equal losses. They outnumber us, so we have to be taking every fight massively in our favour. We're probably going to lose this province and this province, so Gascon and Lambaud, which means we won't be able to ping-pong north-south anymore, which is a shame. I don't know why Navarre want to rival us. That's just weird. Navarre, you crazy. We won't lose Co, but we will lose Normandy at this rate. But then again, I'm perfectly happy to lose Normandy if they're going to keep wasting their troops like that. They've reduced their manpower crazy amounts by just trying to reinforce troops that they've got taking attrition there. Perfectly obliged to. I don't mind. You know, perfectly happy if you want to do that, mate. Perfectly happy. I'm not going to complain. Not one bit. Right, and we're up to 94%. So any minute now, well, not any minute, maybe a minute or two, we'll be able to call them in. Have you got a war with Aragon right now? Current war, Morocco and Tunisia. Oh, why are you in Aragon? Do you have military access to Aragon? Okay, we want to invest in that one. This is interesting. Castile and Aragon. Do you have... Nope. Enemy. Interesting. Why are you in Aragon then? They won't have given you military access. I don't mind. Just keep doing that. So, right, France is being absolutely depleted by basically trying to take Normandy. So, you know, keep going, France. Keep going. Keep doing that. And a couple more days, and then... Bam! Then we just got to go to war with them. Diplomacy. Declare war. Take Leinster. Do not call in your willing allies. And then... Hello. Call to arms. Yes. Hello. Call to arms. Yes. Hello. Call to arms. Yes. Hello. Oh, they like our enemy. Okay, Venice won't be joining us. Fine. Those 16 troops would have been useful, but fine. And then there you go. We now have 100 Years' War, Austria, Castile, Portugal, in addition to us. And France's war exhaustion is really high. Minus 14% on morale, so we can take battles against them fairly easily. We are probably going to pay to reduce our war exhaustion, actually, because we want them to be high war exhaustion and then have their war enthusiasm drop. So, let's check. Length of war, if that goes on, that'll drop. Relative strength alliances, now in our favour. And the war exhaustion is decreasing that. Whereas we're even more enthusiastic, because we've only got a tiny bit of war exhaustion. So, I think we'll end this episode here. You can see that we're now sort of getting an advantage. They're going to have troops coming up from the south. Hopefully they won't get involved with Leinster. I don't think they will. If we start sieging that province, it looks like we're going to absolutely, completely decimate them there, because they don't even have morale. They didn't suspect that. Our diplomat didn't give it away. Hopefully France will continue to have these guys stuck here. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, they've been sieging it for that long that the Scorched Earth only lasts for a year. So now they're only taking 1% attrition, which means that, well, we're going to have to go back to the default, old-fashioned way of beating them hands and knees and elbows and biting, everything. Just, well, I guess also, you know, swords and axes. Funnily enough, swords not as common in the Middle Ages as you would have thought, mainly because they're expensive and peasants tend to have things like axes. Anyway, we're going to call it over that episode, and you can see what we're doing next time. We're hopefully going to be fighting them and winning, although that is debatable because the AI in Castile and Portugal is incredibly stupid in this war. I don't know about Austria. Does Austria actually have any troops? Ledger! 27,000. God knows where they are. Oh, they're up here. What war are you fighting, Austria? Oh, Brandenburg started their reconquest of Neumark, and you've sent troops up to help. Well, that won't last long. Right, I'm in EnterElysium, and stay shiny.